Hi everyone, welcome back to Know Your English Grammar. Today we will be looking at possessive nouns and how they are formed. What is a possessive noun? A possessive noun simply shows ownership. The old lady's chair. This sentence is telling us that the chair belongs to the old lady. To form possessive nouns, we use an apostrophe. In this lesson, you will see the different ways the apostrophe should be used to form possessive nouns. Let's look at how we form the possessive of singular nouns. To form the possessive of a singular noun, we add an apostrophe s. John is a singular name. We form the possessive of John by adding an apostrophe s. John's book means the book belongs to John. Mr. Brown is a singular noun. To form the possessive noun, we add an apostrophe s to Brown. Mr. Brown's chair. Box is a singular noun. To form the possessive noun of box, we add an apostrophe s. The box's color. There are some singular nouns with plural forms that, if we should add an apostrophe s to those words, they would be awkward to pronounce. For those words, we only add an apostrophe. For example, the name Moses is singular. If we should add an apostrophe s to form the possessive of Moses, it would be pronounced Moses's. To form the possessive, we simply add an apostrophe after the s. Mr. Moses's house. Here is another example. The word goodness is a singular noun. If we should add an apostrophe s, it would be pronounced goodnesses. To form the possessive of goodness, we add an apostrophe after the s. For goodness sake. Now, let's look at forming the possessive of plural nouns. To form the possessive of a regular plural noun, that is, a noun ending in s, we add an apostrophe after the s. For example, Browns is the plural of brown. The Browns means that there are several persons with the name Brown. To form the possessive form of Browns, we add an apostrophe after the s. The Browns' table. This sentence is telling us that more than one person by the name of Brown own that table. Here is another example. Companies is the plural form of the noun company. That means there are more than one company. To form the possessive of companies, we add an apostrophe after the s. The company's policies. That is telling us that there are several policies of several companies. Our next formation of possessive nouns is with irregular plural nouns. To form the possessive of an irregular plural noun, that is, a noun whose plural form does not end with an s, we add an apostrophe s. For example, women is the plural form of woman. To form the possessive noun of women, we add an apostrophe s. So, if we look at this sentence, the women's clothing section is over there. We are saying that the clothing section for all women is over there. Here is another example for irregular plural nouns. This time we will use the noun children. Children is the plural form of child. To form the possessive noun of children, we simply add an apostrophe s. The children's playground was destroyed. We are saying that the playground that belongs to more than one child was destroyed. Here is a tip to make it easy for you to determine the correct use of the apostrophe in forming possessive nouns. To determine if a noun needs an apostrophe and where it should be placed, simply test to see if the preposition of can be added in front of the noun. John's pencil is saying, the pencil of John. The company's vehicle is saying, the vehicle of the company. So, if you had to decide which noun formation should be placed in this statement, this is how you would make that decision. Our statement reads, this country's population, and it has 3 formation of the noun country. It has the regular plural form, the possessive plural form, and the possessive singular form. To determine which should be used, we turn the statement around to read, "The population of this country." The word "this" tells us that the noun of this sentence is singular, therefore the statement is making reference to the population of one country. The correct noun to use would be the possessive singular form, which would be country with an apostrophe s. Our statement will now read, "This country's population." Let's look at this other example. Using the same three formations of the noun, country, our statement reads, "These countries' populations." We turn the statement around to read, "The populations of these countries." The word "these" tells us that the noun of this sentence is plural. Therefore, the statement is making reference to the populations of several countries. The correct noun to use would be the possessive plural form of country, which is countries with an apostrophe. Our statement will now read, "These countries' populations." We will now look at how we would write a sentence in the possessive form to show joint ownership. For example, "The book by William and Jane is in the stores." We are learning from this sentence that there is a book in the stores that is owned by William and Jane. To show joint possession, write only the last name in the possessive form. Our sentence now becomes, "William and Jane's book is in the stores." Let's now look at how we would write a sentence in the possessive form to show separate ownership of distinct items. For example, "The firms owned by Oliver and Dean are competitors." We understand from this sentence that two firms are owned by two different individuals, Oliver and Dean. To show separate possession of distinct items, we write the name of each owner in the possessive form. Our sentence now becomes, "Oliver's and Dean's firms are competitors." Many persons have a difficulty determining how to write the possessive form of an abbreviation. Let's now look at that. To write the possessive form of an abbreviation, we simply place the apostrophe s after the final period. Let's look at these examples. The UN's policy on population, the Brown Co.'s accountant, and the USA's Department of Health. Finally, let's look at forming the possessive of compound nouns. To write the possessive form of a compound noun, place the apostrophe s after the last word in the noun. For example, "My sister-in-law's car." This is stating that we are referring to one sister-in-law. So our noun takes the singular possessive form. In our next example, we have the plural form of sister-in-law, which is sisters-in-law. If we apply the same principle of adding the apostrophe s to the last word in the noun, our sentence becomes, "My sisters-in-law's cars." That's our lesson for today. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found this lesson useful. Please let me know in the comments section, and please like, share and subscribe to this channel for more English grammar lessons. See you soon.